Hey guys, thanks so much for coming in for a video today. I thought I would explain a little bit about my exchange, the issues that are up with Mercari. I recorded the video of the unboxings probably a couple of weeks before I aired them, and just to let you know that I still order things from Mercari. I have still bought some things that have come out nicely and that have been pleasing and to my acceptance, and everything turned out peachy keen. But the issue with the exchange was horrific, absolutely horrific, or rather with the return. I have never experienced anything like it, and it's not something I want to repeat again. So I'm very, very careful about, and I thought I was careful, but you really, when someone says it's in excellent condition, you tend to believe them. And, I believed the part about the authenticity and all of that, and it was authentic. And there was a lot of things that she said that really led me to believe that it was authentic, and it was authentic. So that's not the case. But the case was that it was damaged. The piping was split, and therefore it was extremely damaged. The wallet, on the other hand, was lovely. It really was. It had a little bit of crud, some kind of, just oil and stuff that had accumulated on the corners, the creases of the wallet. But the wallet was not torn. The wallet was totally authentic, and she let me have it at a really, really good deal. She let me have the bag and the wallet as a set for what most people sell only the wallet for. And so it was a steal, and I would have loved to have told her, hey, I will pay you half of what you charge me for the wallet, or, whatever. If we could have negotiated something. But I was so upset about it that I couldn't even phantom trying to do that. Plus, the way Mercari does things is quite different. Quite different. These two items were both returned around the same time. Within 1 or 2 days, I had my money back from eBay. Absolutely no problem. They do ask that you inform the buyer or the seller and let them know you want a refund. She was already aware of the issue in the first place, and I had already told her it had arrived damaged, and we were both waiting and wondering what happened after 10 days of no delivery. So we kind of anticipated that something may not be perfect, or as we had planned. So when I told her, look, the bag, I thought I could live with that little dent, but I can't. I don't know if it's going to come out, and after a while, and she assured me that that was not a problem. Send it back to her. And she also, when she received it, told me the bag was not like that, that it may have been damaged in the interim, in the in the shipment, in the shipping process, because they had literally had it for 10 days, and it took a long time for it to come to me. So, but again, this is about the return. Return, absolutely smooth as can be on eBay. I let them know, I let her know. You don't have to send pictures, you don't have to send anything. You just have to say it is not to my liking, whatever that may be. And they sent me, which I now realize I hadn't returned anything on eBay in a long time. I don't think I ever have. Actually, I've done returns where people have returned a couple of things that I've sold them that they didn't like, or whatever, for whatever reason. So I've done returns, but this is new that I had not known that they do. They do the same thing as what mostly gets done on Amazon, which is return shipping is free. So I just had to print out a return label, postage paid on it, slap it on there. Within 2 days, I had my money back for that delightful GM from eBay. Mercari, on the other hand, has been an absolute unbelievable nightmare for that return. Now, that's not going to stop me from shopping there. It really is not. I'm just going to be a lot more cautious about how I handle it, and a lot more cautious about making sure I get every picture available and every question answered. So what happened was I reported it as not as described, damaged. Okay, they want pictures. Poshmark asks for pictures as well, usually when there's a problem. But they took about 2 days to answer that email. And then, so every time I would make a communication with them, they would take at least 2 days to answer back. And then finally they said, okay, send the pictures. And then they said, okay, we have approved it. And again, this was probably a span of about a week before they said they approved it. Then they said, go ahead and return it, and they make you return it through FedEx. So they do send you a return label, and you print that out, instructions and so forth. And I took it to FedEx, and it arrived, and it took probably about a week for it to get there with that FedEx. And then I was able to track that shipment, so I knew exactly when it got there. When it got there, they said, okay, it has arrived. It will probably take about 2 or 3 more days before we can approve it. And so, okay, 2 or 3 days passed, and then they said, and I kept writing them, and they kept waiting 2 days to write me back. And this was only done on the seller help section of the application. There's like a little section where it says, no, not seller help, buyer help or whatever, any kind of problems. You go in there, and everything's done through that email. So I kept sending emails, and they would keep saying that we got your. You could tell it was just a standard mass reply. We got your email. We'll get back in touch with you as soon as we can. Finally, okay, it arrived, and then they said, okay, your package has arrived. Give us 24 hours to respond and return your money. Then 24 hours passed, and then they said the package has a problem with the return. Oh, wait a second. Prior to that, they make you write an email to they make you message, telling them that you're going to return the item for whatever reason. So that turned into a tit for tat, which was extremely unnecessary, and I thought very much an annoyance for me, that I had to email her and tell her, your bag was damaged. You didn't tell me about the split piping, so forth and so on. And then, of course, she called me a liar. She actually called me a liar. She said, you're lying. It was not damaged or something like that. And I'm like, okay, well, the pictures are going to prove it. I've already sent the pictures. Then I stopped the communication with her already. So I didn't really see the point of having to communicate. Regardless. Okay, then 24 hours after they said there's something wrong with the return and that they would get back to us, they would get back to me within those 24 hours. 24 hours passed. Finally, it dawned on me that I had paid with PayPal, and that PayPal also has a buyer protection for goods and services. So after that last 24-hour waiting period, and I didn't hear anything, I contacted PayPal, and they said, okay, we're going to send them a letter, and if they don't respond within 11 days, you will get your money back. No questions asked. So, no, they contacted them that night. I got a response saying your money has been put back in your account. So I'm like, I'm just really, I'm leery a little bit about buying on there. I'm more careful. I'm certainly a lot more vigilant about asking for pictures and more specifics, because I'm certainly not going to give up buying things on there. I'm just not going to do it, but I'm going to be a lot quicker to hit that PayPal button and contact them if they're going to take this long. Now, I have heard a few other stories on YouTube and whatnot on the web about their return policy and why they take so long. They're out of Japan, this and that. I don't know. But regardless, now I know that if I just contact PayPal, it will be taken care of a lot faster. But let me tell you, it didn't end there. Then I hear that they pull one of my listings off, my Versace glasses, and they tell me that I'm using a stock photo. And it is me posing with those glasses on. And I wrote them back, and I'm like, that's me with the glasses. Granted, it's a nice pic, but it is not a stock photo. So, I mean, it was laughable. This happened within that week after I got my money back. So I kept thinking, are they just trying to what do you call it, to get back at me or what? I mean, this is just really strange. And I have heard things like that on the web about them pulling listings off for being reported as bogus, or for contacting or if people ask you a question like, can you email me? Are you in town, so that we can just meet for this transaction? Which I totally understand. But this was out of the blue. I mean, accusing me of using a stock photo. And actually, you can use stock photos. They told me in their email, you can use stock photos, but you also have to use a genuine photo of the genuine item. So I only had one photo on there, and it was of me wearing those shield size Versace glasses that are mine, that I bought legitimately and straight up retail at, where did I buy these glasses? I think I bought them at Neiman Marcus. At Neiman's, yes. But anyway, I've had them quite a few years, probably 8 years, and I just threw them on there for sale, you know, so I could buy me some more, buy me a different pair. But that's what happened there, guys. So that was the debacle at Mercari. Yeah, it was definitely a big juxtaposition, an eye-opener compared to what Poshmark does with their returns, what eBay does with their returns, Amazon. I mean, I have had Amazon return shipping for me when they have said we don't do shipping because it was a third-party sale or whatnot. So Amazon is all about customer service. eBay is all about customer service. Poshmark, you do pay that 20% commission when you're a seller, and the buyer in turn pays a little bit more because the seller wants to make a profit. But it is definitely worth it to pay that little extra if you don't like to mess with headaches, and if you're very you know, if you're kind of a nervous Nelly about getting your money back and whatnot. Of course, who isn't? But, you know, I didn't lose too much patience. But when they said 24 hours and then they said they have indicated something wrong with the return, it was like, no, you've played this game with me long enough. And so I called PayPal and they took care of it within, I would say within 2 hours. They had already said, we have put your money back. When... Anyway, I don't know what kind of a game it was, but it's over now. I'm really happy. I did buy something else from Mercari, and I bought it because the girl was also selling it on Poshmark. And I read her feedback on Poshmark, and I felt it was a trustworthy seller. I could authenticate the item through a picture alone because I have bought quite a few Louis Vuittons. Straight up retail, pre-loved and whatnot, and I know a good bag when I see it. I know a fake when I see it, just like that on a picture. So no problem whatsoever with buying off Poshmark, but the returns on Mercari are a little bumpy. So if that's not for you and you get a little nervous, then stay off Mercari. But if, like me, you cannot resist those bargains, then by all means just shop to your heart's delight, and remember, PayPal's on your side. All right, and so am I, guys. If you ever have any questions about authenticating any bags, I'd be happy to take a look at them, okay? So send me a pic or whatnot. It's not any trouble for me whatsoever. I really appreciate you patronizing my channel and watching and commenting and all of that good stuff. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.